I don't know if I'm in the position of making any demands, but I'm questioning some of the things that were passed down to us through the church fathers and other supposed authorities that claim to have a grasp on sound doctrine and good teaching and undebatable knowledge, so-called. Disputing over the deity of Christ, disputing over what's acceptable as far as church practice and what is not acceptable. Instructing us how to behave in accordance with new covenant theology, new covenant practice. Where to draw the line when it comes to the Mosaic system under the Old Covenant and the New Covenant under the blood of Christ, where to make the distinctions. They've been quarreling over this for thousands of years, and they still do. That's why you have all these different religions or versions of Christianity, if they can be classified as that. Some are Jehovah's Witnesses, some are Mormons, some are Catholics, some are Jews, some are Orthodox, some are Seventh-day Adventists, some are Church of Scientology, some are, Hindus, some are Muslims. People from all over the world have their own version of who God is and what God wants of us. And there's a lot of commonality. There's a lot of things that are very in harmony with one another. But there are some differences also. Notable differences. If you delve into it a little bit, you'll see it for yourself, where the differences and the similars are. But I can definitely agree with where we can all agree on. But there's also disagreeable. There's room for disagreement. And that's why I like this country, the country in which I live in, because the United States, because I can believe I have the privilege of being able to pick and choose what parts I agree with and what parts I don't agree with in terms of religion. I don't have to believe in certain things, and I don't have to partake in certain ceremonies or practices that are if I don't want to. So, but we have tremendous freedom in this country. It's not that way in other parts of the world. We're getting ready to celebrate the 4th of July, Independence, because we did have to follow certain religious Anglican practices from the Church of England. When they came over here on the Mayflower, they brought with them the religion of King Charles, if that was his name, and all the other ones that were related, who followed in succession. They were either Catholics or they were Protestants, depending on who sat on the throne. And there were always wars over that very issue, and contention and conflict. It was over different points of view in theology. Much of the conflict in France, England, Spain, much of the controversies and wars were fought over religion. And people were dethroned or put on the throne based on the Pope's approval. The Pope in Rome, the Vatican, had to approve or disapprove of who would sit on the throne. Without that approval, they were ostracized. So the Pope and the monarchy were in cahoots with one another. The monarch depended on the Catholic endorsement. So I wonder if there's I wonder how strong the Catholic influence is today on the clergy and secular institutions. Not sure. I know that in Latino countries like South America, and some of the islands, that they still have a very, very strong influence on certain cultures, especially in Mexico and South America, Central America. The Catholic Church has a major influence on their culture. I'm just wondering why that is.